thrift store finds, mail day, contest update, and new subscriber shoutouts, and it's all coming up now. Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Sagady, also known as a Commenting Collector. Hope everyone had a great week. I certainly did. Actually had a really busy week, a fun week in regards to I picked up a bunch of items and I would like to show you those right now. And they're actually some of the items are going to tie into the ongoing 200 subscriber milestone contest that I announced a couple weeks ago. Been getting a lot of great video responses in regards to that, and we still have another week or so. I think initially I said February 29th, the last day of the month, but that falls on a Thursday. So why don't I extend that to March 1st, which is a Friday at midnight. So if you have any items that you have resisted temptation in opening, scratching, standing up, punching out, etc., get creative. Any of these items that survived, I'd like to see them. I'm hoping to see something a little more on the vintage side. I threw out initially 1987 or older just because I didn't want to see a bunch of junk wax that is pretty plentiful and easy to come by. And obviously I don't want to see any new 2024 tops that someone bought and just hasn't got around to opening them. So get creative, but I have made some exceptions. In fact, I'm going to show you some items that I think you may have that would actually nicely fulfill the contest requirements. And let me first tell you about a card shop that I went to today down in Burnsville, Minnesota. And the name of it is Ballpark. And they've been around since 1988. It's not very big, but it's just packed wall to wall with new and vintage items. And the owner, his name is Calvin, and he's a really great guy. As you can see, he's had the shop since 1988. Fun guy to talk to, and has some really neat cards that he's collected over the years, and he's acquired from other collectors. So stop by. And the first item that I bought, because it of course caught my eye with the killer on it, and it's a 1977 scratch off. But the nice thing about it is that it is not been scratched. As you can see in the sticker, show you the back. It's clean, good condition. And if I were to take it out of the sleeve, which I'm not going to do because I just don't want to mess with it, it is unscratched. So if you have something like this unscratched, do a VR and you'll be entered into a drawing for 5 cool prizes that I'm going to show in a little bit. So that was the first thing I bought. And the second thing is kind of right up my alley. It's a non-sport 1966 Batman. And what's cool about this is a raw card from the set that I do not own, and I actually own a unopened pack in the background in one of my display cases, and I will definitely feature that in an upcoming video. But this caught my eye, and how cool is it? Bam! The fists are flying. Bad guy's got a gas mask on. Robin and Batman won't be deterred, so they have their own protective masks on. Kind of reminded me of the COVID pandemic ordeal that we all went through, but these are great. Look at the back. Pretty sharp corners, great condition. And it's just an item that I think has really got great eye appeal. And it's Batman, Robin. How could you resist? And I got both of these for $20 cash. So maybe that's kind of a good deal or right on the money, or maybe I overpaid a little. I don't know, but it's a small business. I like to support Cal. and had to get it in my hands right away, especially this to show as an example of what can be entered in our contest. Also, I made a visit to a thrift store and picked up a couple unique items. This beer can, Casey's Lager Beer, and this is actually from 1980, and it's got the Duke of Flatbush on it, Duke Snyder. So I used to collect beer cans in the 70s, and I'm not going to talk about this too much because in a upcoming episode, I want to show some of my beer can related sports items. This is actually from a brewery called Valley Forge Brewing Company, and hey, it's unopened. Well, actually, whoop, as I throw it at the camera, the bottom's been punched out, and that's how we used to do it. We used to drain the beer. I was young when I collected beer cans in the 70s, 80s, so Dad probably drank the beer, so it was a win-win situation. I do have one can in my collection that still has the beer in it, but it's kind of raunchy and gross, and if it starts leaking, so I would consider this unopened, even though it doesn't have the beer. But Iron City Brewery, they also have a couple of their beer cans with Pittsburgh Steelers on them, and that's another item that I have in my collection that I will definitely be highlighting in a future video along with this one. But I saw this at the antique slash thrift store, and it was only $1, and Duke Snyder on it. And again, I thought of the contest, so if anyone has any beer can sports related items that may be open on the bottom, love to see them. The other item that I acquired from the thrift store was a Funko Pop button. But I don't want to be a pirate. Or actually, it's a pin. So this was my first pop item, and it has not been opened, still sealed. Not quite sure what year this is. I think it's in the 90s or so, but it's a pretty unique item. So if anyone has any unopened Funko or Pops pins like this, I'd love to see them for the contest. And of course, this caught my eye because it's a Jerry Seinfeld. And it's, of course, the infamous puffy shirt. So love the series, still love it. So I think this was only a couple bucks or something like that. So thought I'd bring it home and show it as part of the contest. And now I'd like to show you some cards, or I should say items that will be given away to the contest winners real quickly. Napoleon Dynamite, you get 2 packs if you win.
Lucky.
Bart Simpson, The Simpsons Family, it's an unopened pack. I believe this was from 1990. You get that if you submit a VR and I pull your name out of the drawing. That's one of the prizes. And you got this one. Boom! You got Sly Stallone, Rocky, and you got Drago going at it. So you get the pair if you have your name drawn. So that's pretty neat.
I must break you.
And now for the second place prize. An A-Team Rack Pack.
Beautiful.
So pretty cool. I love the header. This is from the 80s. Great television show. So this can be yours. Just submit a VR and we'll be ready to pull your name out. And for number one, the number one prize, this sweet 1980 Empire Strikes Back Rack Pack.
I am the father.
Chewbacca on the bottom. You got C-3PO in the middle. and you got the cool checklist on top. So this is an item that I only have one of these, so I'm going to be sad to see it go, but I appreciate everyone's support as a subscriber, and I'd love to give this away. Okay, let's take a look at the mail day that I've received.
You've got mail.
And this is from eBay. And I'll open it up. So I got this maybe a week or so ago. So I've been kind of chomping at the bit to open it. And I think I know what it is. But this is my first time seeing it here in person. Nicely wrapped up. A couple pieces of cardboard on it. That's what you're supposed to do. Good old painter's tape. And voila. Two 2023 Roger Clemens autograph. My first Clemens autograph, and really I kind of stumbled upon this as I was really wanting to get Hugo from a sign from Signs of the Pastime, a gift for him being so generous and getting me that Johan Santana autograph. So one good deed deserves another. So as I was shopping for Hugo's Clemens autograph, I just put a bid out on this too, and I got it. I really wasn't even looking for it, but you know, hey, I'm not gonna pass up on a inexpensive Clemens autograph. Again, it's a 2023 Panini, and it says Majestic. Show you the back. So sweet card. Obviously, he was the best pitcher in the 80s and 90s, and we all know the situation why he's not in the Hall of Fame, but who knows? They relax those steroid rules, and Clemens gets in, and it's great to have this card. I watched him pitch a few times live, and he was just, as many of you know, as all of you know, he was just a dominant pitcher of his time. So happy to add Mr. Clemens autograph to my collection. And next, got another eBay item that I won on the auction. And again, it's got the two pieces of cardboard. And here's an item that fulfills my contest requirements. It's a 1967, which is a significant year to yours truly. That's the year I was born. And it's back slapper stickers. Hey, and what I like about it, it's got that classic. See if I can maybe take it out just to show you a little better. It's got that classic retro look. It's great. 5-cent Fleer with bubble gum. You can see it's still sealed. So 56 years old. So that's pretty neat. So if anyone has any unopened packs, vintage style, love to see them in the contest. Okay, moving on. Daryl. Won't show his address. Daryl Giordano, otherwise known as Mr. 95 Cents, always has a contest, and I think he has about 2 episodes a week, maybe even 3, where if by virtue of commenting and liking his video, you get a chance in the drawing, and he'll put you in the famous box, and if he draws your name, he'll send you some cards. So it's the second time I've actually won, so I'm very grateful to Mr. 95 Cents, and we'll see what he sent me this time. All right, first let me read the note that he sent me. It says, "Congrats on the win. Hope all is well. I threw in some extras. I always enjoy your videos. The Halloween one was the best." It's very generous of you, Daryl, Mr. 95 Cents. I appreciate that. You are a very good man, a great channel. If you haven't subscribed or don't know about Mr. 95 Cents, aka Daryl Giordano, I highly recommend you check him out. He does a segment where he'll show, he used to own a card shop, and he'll show a bunch of his cards because he has an eBay store. So he has a segment called Warehouse Finds where he'll show a bunch of his cards, and then they'll be on sale on his eBay channel. And then in addition, of course, to his giveaway, he also has, I think, one of the best segments on YouTube. It's called Stories from the Card Shop, and it's just great stories that he has accumulated from his years of experience as a card shop owner. So you don't want to miss those. So appreciate it. Let me think of what the grand prize was. I think it was, as opposed to the extras, it must have been this Dominique Wilkins Upper Deck card. So again, I just got this for commenting on his video, and I got lucky as he pulled my name out of the famous raffle box. There's Michael Jordan on the back. So he threw some extras in. See if I can get him out of here and show you. Of course, he knows, being from Minnesota, I love the Twins. There's a Killebrew. Second Killebrew item I've shown. Bert Blyleven, Hall of Famer. So back-to-back Hall of Famers. That's awesome. Nice. Wow. So shiny. Kirby Puckett. Another Hall of Famer. Twins legend. Nice looking card. And the Ken Hrbek. Definitely a Twins Hall of Famer. Legend around these parts. Of course, was integral in the 1987 and 91 World Series. 91, if you recall, I think it was Ron Gant that kind of strayed a little far off first base, tried to get back, and Killebrew, basically the wrestling guy he is, kind of basically picked up Mr. Gant and wouldn't let him get back to first until the ball was there, and they called him out. So love Ken Hrbek, appreciate it. And oh, there's more. Denny Nagel had some great seasons with the Twins and the Pirates, and he was really a character on and off the field as well. So love that. Got to go Minnesota Viking Randy Moss. one of the best all time. You know, maybe his personality had a little less to be desired, but you can't argue with the man's talent, Randy Moss. So I appreciate that. And let me get back to another thrift store find. And this is a cool story. My wife gave me a call at work, or she may have texted me and said she was at a thrift store and they had a Tony Oliva autographed photo. So I said, well, that's cool. She said it was autographed, and I thought, wow, that's even better. But is it a facsimile or is it real? And she said, no, I think it's real because it kind of bled through the back. And yeah, she was 100% on the money with that, because as you can see, Tony Oliva, that autograph did bleed through the back, which leads me to believe it's a real autograph. And I'll just take the leap of faith that it was actually Mr. Oliva that signed it. And this is a autograph that eluded me for a long time as a kid. I got close once at the old Metropolitan Stadium, but right before I was about to get that autograph signed on my program, they called the players back into the dugout, and an usher came and said, time to get lost. So thanks to my wife, this great find, I've got my Tony Oliva autographed picture. Appreciate it. So before we wrap up, I want to just give a shout out to all my new subscribers, and of course acknowledge my current ones, because without you, this is never even going to be a thing. There's no channel without you, obviously. So I'm grateful for all my subscribers, all the viewers that watch my crazy silliness sometimes. And I just want to say how much I appreciate all of you. And again, if you're a public subscriber and you have any unopened, untampered, altered items that have resisted temptation, you've got a week to get those items in by March 1st, midnight. And I will have the contest on March 4th, and we'll have a random drawing for all 5 of the cool prizes I showed a few minutes ago. So without further hesitation, Henry S., 406 Cards, 44's Sports Cards Collection, Warren D. in Cleveland, Swing Away Sports Cards, Nikki 2 Times, Field Guy 316, Boom Slang, and last but certainly not least, A's Fan Jim. And of course, these are all public subscribers. I may have some private subscribers, but of course, I do not know who you are, which is totally fine. I totally appreciate you, and I can understand that maybe you don't want to, I respect your privacy, but just the same, I just appreciate everyone for watching. And if you have any items, again, get those in the next week. So this is Robert Sagady, also known as a commenting collector, saying good collecting.
Smith is going, and a hit to left by Gant. And Lonnie's trying. They're going to get him perhaps. He's safe. And now Gant gets back to first, and he's out.
I don't know, Jack. It looked like Herbeck pulled him off the bag. I think the Braves have a legitimate complaint right here. Ken Herbeck makes the tag, and watch the momentum of Herbeck pull Gant off the bag. He pulls him off the bag. I think that's a bad call right there.
I'll throw in with you on that. There's Gant, there's Herbeck. And we'll return to the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome after this message and a word from your local station.